Alright guys, so I buried a 12-inch dime and a silver dime and a silver quarter next to each other probably over a year ago, and did my test between the Equinox 800 and the Garrett AT Max. Yeah, Garrett AT Max. So today we're doing the Legend, and down there I got the Equinox 600 and the XP Deus 2. So let's see what we got here. I got the Legend on me now. I don't think we'll ever find the quarter again because that had a piece of iron covering it, and but if we find the dime, we know the quarter is to the left of it about a foot. So we might be able to search it. Let's try this first. I have no idea if this is a dime or not. This is consistent on the Deus 2 and the Equinox, and I'll show you that in a second. We're going to check out the Legend first. So let's go over what I'm in here. I'm in a multi 1. Let's go to multi 2. I'm going to reground balance real quick. There we go. Okay. Recovery speed 1, sensitivity is at 26, 27, 28. I just jacked it up to 29. Sensitivity is maxed out. Turn 90. Let's go back to multi 1. I think I got it better from this angle. Oh yeah. Now it's hitting at 60. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry if the glare's in there. Let's see if I can get a little closer for you. Super slow. Let's try going faster. Kind of breaks up a little bit there when I go faster. So medium to slow pace is probably good. Let's go ahead and check out some other frequencies here. So we tried 2. Let's try 4 kilohertz. Wow. I would dig that all day long. If this really is the 12-inch dime, because remember guys, this has been under the ground for a year or more. I am very impressed by the Legend, because the Nox was not, was hitting it pretty good, but I don't know, that was pretty consistent. Holy moly, okay. I'm going to be digging with this machine pretty soon. I've been kind of doing the Deus 2. Let's try 10 kilohertz. Wow. All day long. 15 kilohertz. breaks up when I turn 90. So this might not be the diamond. This might just be a big old piece of iron that all three machines are falsing on. We're gonna find out today. I kind of lose it. Okay, there. 90. Nothing. I wonder if this is the quarter and the dime is over by that bone. Let's go ahead and just mess around a little bit more. 20 kilohertz. No problem. 40. Kind of breaks it up a little bit. Interesting. Okay, just for kicks, let's go ahead and switch modes. And I do probably want to reground balance because I'm going to get flack about that, so. Oops, what did I just do? There we go. Okay. That was bouncing at 22, by the way, for everybody who wanted to know that. This is field 2. Field multi 2. That's not bad. Let's try field multi 1. Ooh, that's real nice. It's actually... That actually sounds quieter than Park. And I think it's hitting better than the multi in Park mode. 4 kilohertz field. That is a really juicy signal. 10 kilohertz field. Okay, a little bit of break up there. 15. Okay, so it's breaking up more, which also, you might say, oh, that's because it's a high conductor, but the lower frequencies, 4, 5, 10, also false more on nails, especially the single frequencies. So let's go back to multi. We're still in field. We're going to go to multi 1, and I want to try to hit it sideways here. Okay, turn. Okay, so it's only getting it one way on when I turn 90 degrees, which is a little freaky for me. That I might be on a nail, and I'm going to do this whole test on a nail. Let's keep going here, just for kicks. Let's go to gold. Gold multi. Another ground balance. Still at 23 ground pounds. It's like a little annoying dog barking. 20 kilohertz, gold field. Nothing. a little bit, but okay. Let's turn this guy off, and I will be right back. We're gonna do the Nox next. Okay, I am back with the Equinox 600. I do not think this machine has been updated because I'm only seeing 5 kilohertz through multi. So I do apologize, guys, that this test will be slightly not biased, but it's not going to be exactly fair because I haven't done the update on this yet. This is our shop machine, so yeah, I can't exactly like get it dirty and mess with it here. It's just our floor model. So let's go. We're in multi Park 2. Let me give you some other features I got going on here. Recovery speed 1, 0 F2 iron bias, 0 FE iron bias. Ground balance was 16. Sensitivity is, whoops, sorry. Sensitivity is at 20. And that's it. Let's go ahead and hit our frequency button and go to 5 kilohertz. So right away you can see 5 kilohertz spanks it. 10 kilohertz. Again, we're in Park 2. Let's try turning on this. So it behaves exactly like the Nokta. You're only getting it one way, right? When you turn 90. Let's go back to multi and see if we can get it both ways. Nothing, it's just... Now, a lot of you might be like, oh, it's just giving an iron signal. There's iron signals everywhere. So the ground is just full of iron. So the fact that we're getting an iron signal does not mean that this is a false signal per se. Normally on the Nox, I would know if it was iron if I were doing that, and I would often sense, first of all, if I go up or down, I'd hear something that sort of suggested that the signal was, I was catching a drifting signal or a halo. And then if I turn 90, the signal would drift a lot. Whereas in here, it's exactly where, right, where the signal's staying in the same place. Even though it is decaying into iron, the signal tone doesn't decay here, which is another feature. Usually, if I'm in multi and I'm on a nail and I go to single frequency, the more I sweep over a target, the more the signal decays, right? Because that frequency is going into the ground and lighting up that target, so to speak. The more it lights it up, the more the processor understands what it actually is. So let's go to 10 kilohertz. So again, a signal decay I would start to get way more intermittent iron tones. Whereas in here, the signal is not decaying. We do get, yeah, we do get a little bit of decay. We do get a little grunting there. This could be a nail. Let's keep trying though. Keep working with it. Hope. Say a little prayer that this is actually the silver dime of the quarter. Now, 15 kilohertz is my favorite on the Nox, and you can hear it's doing pretty good. 5 kilohertz did better, but 5 kilohertz is going to false more on iron. So you're always kind of making a sacrifice there. So let's go to Park 1. And I gotta make sure all my settings are good. Sorry to recovery speed, we're gonna get all the way down to 1. Let's get that to multi. Let's I will do another ground balance. Let's turn down the iron bias. And just so you guys know why I'm doing that, iron bias sacrifices depth. So let's go ahead and just ground balance this. Okay. Park 1 multi. Not bad. 5 kilohertz, Park 1. Turn 90. Nothing. And for those of you who want to see it go slower, that doesn't sound very good. That just sounds like a spocky piece of iron. I would not dig that any day. Let's try 10 kilohertz. A little faster. So going on more of a medium speed actually brings the signal out more. Okay, that's better. 10 actually sounds a little better. Maybe it's dealing with the mineralization better. Okay. Just for kicks, I'm just going to do field 1. Wow. That's field 1 multi. Field 2 multi. Interesting. I think so. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the Deus 2. Okay, so we're back with the Deus 2, and I'm just gonna go through my settings. My discrimination is on a 7. Sensitivity on, we're gonna crank it to 80. And let's just do 85. Oh, I can go all the way up to 90. That's a little edgy. 85. Frequency, iron volume, we're going to crank a little bit. Reactivity, we want that off. That's obviously your recovery speed. Audio response, let's be fair and keep it at 4. But we will mess around with that maybe a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to ground balance this real quick. Cool. Get this bone out of the way. Make sure you guys can, sorry, the sun's right in this. And this is the high frequency program. Square tones, I believe, right? Yeah. Super slow. 88, 90. Now here's something interesting, guys. I've been hunting with this not very long. I noticed that iron falses, at least in the high frequency program, at number 86 all the time, all day long. All I dug was nails at 86, and so I am still trying to figure out how to understand, you know, the deeper iron the way I do with Equinox, which I have thousands and thousands of hours on. Whereas in this, not so much. I'm struggling with how to figure that out. What I did though is to be able to go alternate between my single frequency and multi-frequency, which I love doing, which you guys probably know if you know my videos. I just simply made another custom program. So this one is KEF. This is my high frequency custom program. And then boom, I think that's like K2 I named it. And now I'm in my single frequency. I believe this is 15 kilohertz, but we can check. And you can see there's no numbers on the screen. Let's go through our settings. That was barely getting it. So I got discrimination 6.1. Let's just bump it up to 7. Sensitivity is at 90. Oh, I'm at 13 kilohertz. We can try bumping that down to 4.4 just for kicks. Iron volume, we're going to jack that up a little bit. 5. Reactivity, we're going to take it down to 0. Audio response is fine at 4 for now. Let's do another ground balance. And we're ready to go. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. It's giving me 98 every now and then. So that's why I think this is a silver dime, because I found this target with the Deus 2 because I had forgotten where I buried the bloody thing. And again, all my iron falses come in at exactly 86 most of the time, and this is showing me higher numbers. I'm really disappointed, Deus XP. There we go, that's better. There we go, look at that. Remember, we're in single frequency. Let's go ahead and check that out. 7.5 kilohertz. Oops, let me X out of the screen. I mean, it's okay, but you notice on the Minelabs, that is why I hunt in single frequency all the time, because single frequency on all my tests, and I've done 14-inch silver dime tests and 12-inch silver dime tests. You can watch my other videos. Single frequency always beats the heck out of multi on silver. So why? Tell me, why does the Deus 2 single frequency operate on a weaker than the multi. Doesn't make sense to me at all. So let's go back to my high conductor program, and you can just hear the difference. And you can see the difference because I'm getting solid 90s. And watch, I'm going to turn 90 degrees on this. Now listen to that. That's giving me numbers. And it's consistent when I turn 90. Unlike the other two machines, I think this is where the Deus shines, is in iron. Now remember, if you watch my video, Minelab versus Garrett AT Max, the Nox 800 versus Garrett AT Max, if this is the quarter, there was a piece of iron on top of that quarter, and the Minelab was struggling with it. The Garrett got it better, I believe. This gets it really good, if that's the silver quarter. So I have no idea what's going on. We're going to dig it, though. Give us a second. Let's play around a little bit more. I just had a thought what you guys would want to see. Oh, yeah. You guys would want to see me bump the recovery speed up. Now, I know you would. So let's take that up to 3 and see how it performs. Look at that. I lose it. I mean, it's getting it. Hear that? But barely. And it gets it both ways, but it's so soft you can't even hear it. You can barely hear it. Let's go back and take it down to 1.5. No, let's do 2. See if it gets it. So what's fascinating here, guys, is that the sound gets audibly lower with reactivity going up. So it's getting it now with reactivity 2. Let's turn. Hear how you can hear the good sound and the iron at the same time? For those of you who've been detecting a long time, and especially with the Equinox, that's something you actually have to train your ear to hear, is that you can actually, if you know the sound of it, you can understand that the detector is telling you there's 2 targets in the same hole versus 1 iron target falsing. This sounds like 2 targets in the same hole. So it's reporting the dime and the iron. Look at that. And it's giving me the consistent high tone over the iron grunting, versus when you have a nail under your coil, again, it's going to deteriorate into more and more iron grunting. And you're never going to bring it out. Versus when you have a good target, it's always going to continue to be consistent. So I would use I don't see any problem using reactivity 2, but also, let's go to 1. I don't see any problem with lowering your reactivity. I mean, we are in a lot of iron right now. There's obviously iron under the coil. The detector's telling us that. And reactivity 1 is doing just fine. Reactivity 0 is just fine. So is it an obsolete function? I have no idea. I'm just showing you guys the ropes. But I don't see how it's helping us here. Well, no, I do actually. Listen to that. When I go down to reactivity 1, we're getting more iron when we turn 90 degrees. Hear that? I'll show you. It doesn't sound as good. Back to 2. Hear that? So that is really cool. Reactivity 2, recovery speed 2, is telling my ear that there's iron but a good target at the same time, and it's consistently, much more consistently giving me a good signal, which means when you're sweeping along the field and you do that wiggle, you're not going to hesitate on that long. But if you're in reactivity 2, you're going to hesitate there longer. But if you were on 0 and the signal deteriorated on your second or third sweep, you would probably just move on. So that's a really, really important point, if that's a real dime under the coil. Remember, this is still a mystery target. So let's go ahead and check out some other stuff here real quick. So we're going to go general. This is without doing anything. Just your turn on and go general program is getting it. It's jumping all over the place. Turn 90. Wow. It's my target ID is jumping everywhere, but man, I'm impressed. General gets it. Sensitive. Same thing. Sensitive target ID is jumping everywhere. Give me a 90s every now and then. But it's a consistent sound. Gets it 90 degrees too, wow. Sensitive FT. Or fast, I think it is. Nah. I mean, barely. That's just too busy for me. Fast. Wow. Barely, but gets it a little bit. Park. Oh yeah. 97, 96. 90. 89 to 96. Oh man, Park's getting it. 90-degree angle. Park's killing it. I just turned 90. Wow. This machine is, yeah, see, this is why we gotta do this, guys. Do the testing. That's what I'm all about. All right, so mono. No. Maybe let's try relic and then let's. Wow. You're not gonna miss that. All day long, relic. All right. Oh, I'm gonna dig this up, guys, and we are gonna see what the heck we were just detecting. Oh, pray for me that that's a silver dime recorder. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is really weird. I dug part of the hole. I'm and not getting it. There's nothing in the, so there we go. There we go. But that's weird how normally when you dig a hole and there's something good down there, it's going to, you know, get better. There we go. Don't know. I'll let you know in a second. So I went over the hole again. Nothing. I was convinced that I just spent the past 45 minutes doing this for nothing. I scanned over there. I heard a little iron, but then I scanned and it wasn't in the dirt. So I was like, I'm just gonna dig a little bit more. Look down that hole. See it? Look at that. I literally just plucked it out. Look how deep that thing is. That is 12-inch dime. That was the dime, guys. Look at this. That's it. That was it. I can't believe it. That machine was just hitting a silver 12-inch dime, and the Nokta Legend. I got so excited, guys. I thought the Nokta Legend was a bust, but that machine just proved its weight in gold. So did this one. And of course, you guys know I love the Equinox. I've spent thousands of hours on that machine, so I'm, you know, yeah, that machine did well as well. But we also noticed that the multi-frequency function, which is my least favorite, underperformed. I wish I had the Nox 800 to show you guys that on this, but you can go back and watch my 800 versus the Garrett AT Max video, and you'll see how it performed on this. But that is unbelievable. So if this is here, that means there's a silver quarter right here. So after I fill this in, I'm gonna, we still have one that's buried. We might do another video where we can try to find that, and I'll mark it before it's dug. So this is, remember guys, this was like a live dig video. This has been buried for over a year. This isn't me burying a dime and detecting it right away. This is straight up, the ground had mineralization, had settled, the grass, all the roots, everything. So that was like a real-time, real life dig kind of situation, which is what we want to, you know, replicate. I just want to thank all of you guys for watching. I really appreciate your views. And if there's anything else you guys want to see, I do apologize if I missed any settings. You can always ask me down in the comments section. I'm never trying to be biased. I'm impressed with all three of these machines. Love them. Can't wait to use the Legend more and learn this beast a little bit more, the Deus 2. So be well and stay safe, guys. Okay, just kidding, I'm back. I wanted to real quick show you guys, because I know where the silver quarter is now, because if you remember my other video, it was only a foot away from my silver dime. So I know the silver quarter is here, and that definitely had a piece of iron over it. Hear that? Hear that iron? That's a 12-inch silver quarter. That's my high conductor program. Hear that iron right on top? Listen to that though. Boom. All day long. 90. That would be harder, 90. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on this one and keep it in the ground untouched. We'll do another fun test video. I just wanted to give you a little sneak preview with the Deus 2 on that. All right, be well, guys.